Hi, boys and girls. Today, I'm going to be reading the book called Mary Had a Little Glam. So, I want to invite you to put on some glam or pull out your fancy clothes and enjoy this book with me. I am wearing a fancy dress. Yay! So fancy, and it's got lots of sparklies. All right, so I'm going to read this book. Are you ready? Okay, let's read. Mary Had a Little Glam. This story is by Tammy Sawyer, illustrated by Vanessa Brantley Newton. I love this illustrator because she always does a really good job with her illustrations, and they're just so much fun to look at. So Mary Had a Little Glam. Mary had a little glam. Mary had a little glam that grew into a lot, and everywhere that Mary went, she wasn't hard to spot. So here Mary is right here. But on one day, she started school, she caught some by But on the day she started school, she caught some by surprise. Sweet Mary shrugged and hugged her mom. I must accessorize. So you can see Mary. And then over here, there's a speech bubble that says, is that your curtain? And the cat say, meow, because you can see that the curtain in her dress look the same because she must accessorize. Then Mary click-clacked down the block in frilly formal wear. And by the time she got to school, she added extra flair. So what does she do along the way of going to school? When Mary took a look around, her heart was filled with woe. The other kids in class with her were glamless head to toe. So Mary offered fashion tips, more pink, more beads, more shine. A hat for him, a trim for her. Go, boa, it's divine. Soon Mary brought out glitz and glam in everyone she met. The students, teacher, principal, and Clark, the classroom pet. Now story time had gowns and crowns and mounds of striped chiffon. The art class came with glitter glue and trips to her salon. Then Mary amped up music class with pomp and circumstance. At checkout time, she was sublime, left not a thing to chance. The morning flew, and soon it was the best part of the day. It's recess time, the teacher said, and Mary led the way. But all came to a sudden stop. Each kid surveyed the scene. We're clearly dressed all wrong for this, boo-hooed the 17. Poor Mary twirled her parasol. This crisis was a 10. She'd never figure out a plan. All was lost but then. She tossed her shades and silk-lined cape, her scarf and strappy shoes. And Mary's friends were just as fast. There was no time to lose. The class raced for the jungle gym, the spiral, slide, and swings. Then Mary grinned and grabbed a ball, among some other things. Now Mary's flair for what to wear is better than before. True glamour often calls for lots, but sometimes less is more. The end. I love this story. Did you hear rhythm and rhyme? Did you hear some words that rhymed? Yes. Now this book sounded awfully similar to another book or nursery rhyme that we've heard before. Do you know which one I'm talking about? That's right. Mary had a little lamb. Very good. I like this story because it talks about having glam and glamour and being fancy. And being fancy is super fun for kids and even grown-ups. But fancy also can be for boys and girls. So we can be fancy but in different ways. Girls might wear a dress and some makeup, and boys might wear a nice shirt with a bow tie or maybe even a hat or even maybe comb their hair to look super nice. Right? So I love this book and I wanted to share with you my super fun time of dressing up all fancy and reading a super fancy and glam book. And I hope you enjoyed this book. And the next time you read, maybe you want to get fancy and glammed up to read a book because it's so fun. It doesn't matter how old you are, it's always fun. All right.